left on her own by her loving husband, a faithful husband who has been commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to leave her and her son in the desert. I think of her in her strength and her faith and her tawakkul. Allah will not abandon us. And then I thought of the pain and the confusion she must have felt when her son cries for water and food that she cannot give him. We're in the desert. Your baby's crying for something that you have to give him. You're the only one who can help him. And so she begins her walk, her desperate search for water, for life. And that's what started to flow through my mind as I went through the next round of Safa and Marwa. On my own, my baby's crying. I'm searching for water. And I will walk to that mountain and back again. And then back again. And then back again. Desperately searching for a way to keep my son alive, to stop him crying. And as I did that walk, subhanAllah, that walk on that Hajj, and I thought of Hajar and I thought of putting myself in her place, I started to feel the sa'i. Feel it as we all should. This act of selflessness, this act of strength, this act of knowing that there's something, never losing hope, walking again and again, not giving up. She didn't go to Marwa and find nothing and then just go back to Safa and sit and await her fate. Do you see how she didn't do that? She went back and forth 7 times. And if you've ever made sa'i, you know that by the 3rd time, the 4th time, you start to feel it. They're not right next door to each other. And this would have been in the hot sun with no marble beneath your feet, no air conditioning. And she did not give up until that miracle came. Inna ma'al usri yusra. There will be hardship, but know that the hardship will come to an end and there will be ease. The ease will follow. So the trick for us and the work for us to do is to not give up until our miracle comes. To not give up hope in Allah, to not give up striving, to not give up working until our miracle comes. And that miracle came for Hajar alayhi salam, and what a miracle it was. An angel. And not just an angel who dug the ground, and what came forth? The thing that she needed, the thing that she was craving and searching for so desperately. Water. Life. Life not just for her son, not just for her, but for the people who began to settle around her. She is the one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used to make sure that that water didn't just flow out to make a well. The well of Zamzam. And because there was that well of Zamzam, the traveling people who passed by began to stop, began to settle, because there was a chance for them to create a life, to create something new from the desert sand. So if we look at the beginnings of Mecca, we see that by the grace of Allah, a single woman in the desert, desperate, never losing hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that single woman in the middle of the desert can literally move mountains. And this is something that we always need to remember. As women, so often we're told and we feel that we have to rely on somebody else, that somebody else will speak for us, somebody else will do the work for us, somebody else will sacrifice for us, somebody else is going to make things happen. But we see from the seerah, we see from history, we see from the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can use anyone. A single mother, a woman on her own, a woman who's pregnant without a husband. These are people that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses as signs. And my message for those of us who are not in this situation, those of us who surround these women who are on their own, know that our role is azim. It is a great role and responsibility that our community has to support these women, to support their children, to help them to know that they are strong enough, to be a cause for ease in their lives, to be a source of solace, of comfort, of help. That's our role. They are of us, as we are one ummah. So we should never go to sleep at night with our spouses beside us and our children in their rooms with the night lights on and not think of those who are in a different situation, a less privileged situation, a more difficult situation, and think, have I helped? Can I help? How can I help?